And we are back for another week, closing out our spooky season. We are back to talk about Agatha all along finales. What's up, everybody? How are we doing tonight?
Making it.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving time.
It's not.
It is.
It's time for the holiday.
I didn't say Christmas time. I said Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, don't forget to get your candy. They're half off now.
Right.
In stores.
Baby, that candy gone.
Oh.
They ransacked them. Baby, you know people don't play about no half off candy. It was gone. It was gone at 9 a.m. the next day.
Gosh, thanks to Instacart and online ordering, everything was snatched up in a matter of moments.
I'm just still trying to pilfer off my own kids' candy.
Oh,
Hey, you search they don't do razor blades no more.
No.
They don't know.
They're
That.
too expensive, man. In this economy, razor blade.
Right.
Let them have the candy.
Narcotics given away freely in this economy? No.
Absolutely. Accidentally gave out edibles this year, so I do apologize for all of the kids in my building. Hope they enjoyed those sour starbursts.
Golly.
We should have known that.
Ready to go night.
Night it is.
No. I don't endorse this at all, just so you know.
But we will endorse us having a sip tonight with a drinking game. If you hear the word Agatha, make sure that you take your glass and have a sip with us. And as usual, we'll kick it off with you. Agatha, cheers.
These are the same wine glasses from episode 2. So I just thought you should know.
Continuity.
Right.
I'm also drinking something similar. It's not the same color, but you know.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Cadence.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for that. I want us to kick off our wonderful finale combo with a nice quiz about this wonderful show that we've all experienced. So if you have your paper and pen, I'm going to
oh wow,
give you a question, and you just have to write down your answer. And the first one is going to be really simple. It's going to warm us up.
How big does this need to be?
Excuse me?
How big?
So people can see it.
Okay.
All right. Question number 1. Write down as many lyrics to the ballad.
Damn you. Damn you.
You start off like that.
I'm mad because I just listened to like an hour ago.
And Lucio, I see you going through your books looking for the original version of it. Not trying to find. All right,
no, because Lucio was hanging out with Nicholas while he was singing in the bars.
That's right.
For all people here.
Mm-hmm.
He had
writing that.
He had a
you gotta write all of that.
I just have the version where it's winding road.
Oh, the beginning,
Yep.
the scratch version.
I'm the cameraman who's recording them.
Right.
The rough draft.
Not yours.
rough draft.
What's going on? She's not even that old. But yes, that's question number 1. So let's get to it. Write down as many lyrics as you can to the Ballad of the Witch's Road. Okay. And where's I have a clock.
Yeah. Oh, see.
And we gotta write big enough, fast enough, and all those words.
You did great,
Yes. I'll tell you what, that damn song, I don't even like musicals and ballads. It's been in my head for like.
You don't like musicals?
Wow.
Not
wrong
really.
with you?
Well, I've been called that. But did y'all see the Joker too?
Huh?
Oh,
Joker 2?
Follow dude?
No.
With
okay.
With
Once
the Harley,
you see
the
that,
Harley.
You're distracting people. Don't
You never
distract me.
know.
Rolling just because you got your answer in. He's trying to get y'all not to get no points.
Man, I can't remember
Oh, that's
the
not
song.
big enough. I'm
You're
sorry.
in with the
Sorry.
lyrics of the Wellerman or something. That happened.
Akuna
Can't
Matata.
even- Of Makata, yes, God.
Makata, yep.
Use multiple pages if you need to.
Look,
I mean, it's not big enough. I'm still gonna show it to.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I could just look this whole thing up, but like this is you can't even read that. It just says down the road, something.
It's not time yet, Lucio.
there you go.
You know what?
Okay, time is up.
I'm the only one that got a point.
No, we haven't did that yet. Okay, Ricky, you're first. Read to us what you got so far, please.
Follow me, my friend, to glory at the end. You can't see it though, but
Yeah. Okay, Akio, read to us what you have.
Yes. Down the road. Dot.
see.
I was not.
Thank
This
you,
is
Akio.
unfair.
That's all I got. Hey,
This is
Lucio,
unfair.
I tied.
Lucio, what do you have?
I have exactly what he has. I just wrote something 4 times after it.
At least
Okay.
I got a different line. Dang.
Hayden,
I didn't
yes,
even
to
get to-
Ricky.
I didn't even get to get past the first line because it was moving too fast. There was not enough time.
All right, you just
All
gotta
I
do it off the top of
have-
your head then.
Okay, Cam.
All I have-
What do you have?
All I have is chicest down the road.
Keep
I
going.
wasn't even
What else do you have now? More than that.
all this foul and fair.
Oh, he got the
Extra points
first.
for
He
singing.
gets down the
You're right.
road. All this foul and fair. I don't know.
Something,
Gathers,
something.
Sisters Fire.
Oh, yes.
Water.
Water, earth, and air.
Okay, I think everybody lost, so everybody takes a drink. Bye.
Dang.
That is crazy.
Kept saying
Darkest
his.
tower, wake thy power.
Earthly and divine.
Yes.
Wait, what's the official time limit to construct an answer? Did we miss that, or did I not hear that?
No, there-
I
it
just
was-
saying
No,
the hourglass came out. It was
It's
crazy.
whatever tomorrow feels like moving on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, okay, so everybody took a sip. Next question. You guys are starting off great.
That was a
You're
warm-up.
doing great, sweetie.
You're doing great. Okay, easy. This is the easy one.
Okay.
Make sure you write your answer down.
Okay.
How long was Agatha under Wanda's spell?
Oh.
Do. This was revealed in episode 1,
Got it.
Yeah.
titled "Seekest Thou the Road."
I think I'm correct. We'll see. though.
I'm close if nothing else.
That's probably too long, but whatever.
All right, everybody should have an answer by now.
Yeah.
Lucio, show me
I
your
don't think
page.
It says 2 years. You can't.
All right, thank you, Lucio.
Sharon's in the way. Sharon.
You won't be away for much longer. Cadence, how many years?
2.
2?
Yes.
Okay. Akio, how many years?
I said 3.
Okay. Ricky, how many years?
I said 3 as well.
It is 3 years.
Oh,
Cadence,
damn.
Lucio, take a sip, please.
It's fine.
Yikes. Okay. Are y'all keeping it with
3
y'all?
years. 3 years is a long time.
3 years is a long time to be under a spell. So
Yes,
Ricky,
I have 2
Whatever, it
points.
don't matter.
Ricky and Akio, you both have 1 point each. And
Woo.
Lucio and Cadence, you have 0.
Oh, I'm unbothered.
Yeah.
I remember more of the ballot than the rest of everybody, so I should really have a
He
point.
did-
But
He really should.
That's
Honestly.
true. I was thinking.
Are
It's
you
fine.
guys
It's fine.
advocating? This is a
it's
game.
fine.
Okay, fine. Cadence now has 3 points.
See, bottom of the board right here. Bottom of the board.
Wow.
Okay, question number 2, 3. Who was the last witch to show to Agatha House in episode 2?
Who is
Say that one more time.
Last witch to officially join the coven.
Oh, okay.
And she showed up to Agatha's house. She was the last one to show up.
Oh,
You know, Teen had hors d'oeuvres. He handed them out. He was on the refreshment committee. They was having Rush.
Right. This is a mixer.
It was definitely a mixer, yeah.
You can give him my point.
All right, answers, please. Ricky.
Sharon Davis.
Okay. Akil.
Oh,
I put Mrs. Hart. That's a big heart I drew.
Oh.
Yes, Sharon Hart.
it was Miss Hart.
Cadence.
I got it wrong. I have to pick Alice
You picked
because that's
out.
the last person I remember coming in, and then I forgot she had to go and get Miss Hart.
Oh, okay. Trick questions, they work. The trick questions work. Lucio, who do you have?
I put Sharon.
I've already taken my drink.
That's okay, Cadence. Okay, Lucio, you have a point now.
Hey, all right.
So
I
we
got
have
one.
2, 1.
I got 2.
Oh, no, Ricky and Akil have 2, and Lucio and Cadence have 1 each.
All right.
All right. What was inside the baby carriage in episode 3?
Oh crap.
Oh,
I know.
How many questions we got?
Just 75.
Look, and that's why.
that's not
Look, the numbers are gonna drop.
What?
Come on, y'all. Y'all watched the same show that I did.
Okay, but I'm not remembering them small little details. Yeah.
We didn't buy the LP of the Witches Road.
With all
the
5
LP.
versions.
The sign
And the New Orleans Bounce remix.
Thank you. That is such a 90s thing to do.
not the Miss Freedom, Big Freedom mix.
Yes.
Down the road.
Down
Down the
the
road. You better know.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Okay. Lucia, what's your answer?
The Darkhold. No one can see
Akil,
it.
what's your answer?
I put baby blankets.
I take it
answer.
it's probably true.
Cadence, what was your answer?
I put a teddy bear.
Okay. Rick, what was your answer?
The Darkhold.
The answer is the Darkhold.
A teddy bear was there too.
Take a sip. Thank you.
A teddy bear was there.
So
There were no
teddy bear
baby
was
blankets in there.
A teddy bear was there.
You know, the Darkhold could have been wrapped in a blanket.
it could have been wrapped in a blanket.
It's some swaddling clothes.
It was swaddled, and a teddy bear was in the crib. It was in the bassinet.
Okay, next question. Keep up with your points. Okay. Who mentioned Mephisto and what challenge was it?
Okay.
Y'all quiet now. The food must be good. Hurry up and eat so I can get these answers.
Look, I made taco soup for dinner last night.
Oh, that sounds so good.
There was this morning. Or not this
Yeah.
morning, this afternoon. Okay.
Akil.
I'm first.
Yeah.
Okay. I put Jennifer Kell in the first trial.
Okay. Ricky.
Yep. Jennifer Kell, trial 1, potions trial.
Cadence.
I knew it was the first trial.
Do you know who was in it?
I couldn't remember who said it.
I'm pretty sure this is the exact scene right here.
Yeah, it is.
Exact scene. It's the exact scene, Ricky.
Yeah.
It's literally. See, this is how this show is so good.
I'll be honest.
It's like, no, that's what we want.
Yes,
Lucia,
it
do you know
is
who?
what it is.
Yeah, I had Jessica Kale, and it was the first trial.
Who the hell is Jessica Kale?
This is Jennifer Kale. Damn it! I told you about it. This scene, she's talking to the teen. Yep.
It's literally the scene behind Ricky. This
Yeah.
is so great. This is so.
Because the Bob is bobbing while she's talking about Mephisto.
All right, Cadence, take your sip, please.
I already did that.
You're gonna be tipsy before we even get in here. That's what we want, though. That's what we want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep too.
Down the road. Down the road. Seth, that New Orleans bounce is gonna get me now. Somebody
Yeah.
do it. Down the road.
Correction. Is
Down
it
the
burn?
road.
Is it burn and brew, Coven True, or burn and true Coven 2? Is it Coven 2 or Coven True?
What version?
That's a question.
It
Right.
is a question. There is a version of this song. What is the original version of that part of the song? Is it Coven True or is it Coven 2?
That's so 90s to have like an EP with just one song, but you have like 10 different versions of it.
It is. I
All
love
the,
that. I love
all
that.
the remixes, all the remix.
I just put in the chat a picture of the dark hole bassinet. There's a baby blanket in there.
Yes.
Who said that? Who said that?
Yep. So I get the retroactive point.
No. Okay, Cam, you're up first. I can't see it. I trust you. Tell us. Oh, almost.
Coven 2. Coven 2.
Coven 2. Lucio.
No damn idea.
And
You
take
just
a
guess.
Coven
You gotta-
2.
That 50
Akil.
shot. Hey, I'm being honest.
Just being honest, I said Coven True.
You take a sip, friend.
Both
That
of you.
was something that I thought about when I watched this episode. They did make a point to clarify that, but that Cam was like, which version, which is true. All right, we're almost there.
I get
y'all.
double
Doing
points.
great.
I get 2 points for that.
No,
No,
Ricky,
because
Because
I got 2.
I asked the right question
I guess.
because that mattered.
in the end, all roads lead to what?
Easy.
Oh, I know this.
To who? To whose?
You still stick with what? Because I won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
I
circle
won.
the answer. I heard you. That was
I
confidence. All right, Cam. Let's see. All roads lead to
Death.
Akil.
I agree. Death or me. That's what she said.
Okay, that's fair. Ricky.
I said Agatha. Oh, man.
Definitely wrong. Take a sip,
Oh.
please.
Not gonna show up. Not
I
gonna
said
show up
that
at all. It says death.
Yeah, good job, Lucio.
Oh,
How
man.
says
many
Sharon
points do you have, Ricky?
5 from now.
Oh, Akil, how many points do you have?
4.
Cadence.
I got 3.
Lucio. 3. Okay. Did Agatha kill Alice Wu? Gulliver.
What?
Did Agnes kill Alice Wu Governor? Alice Wu, the protection witch. Did Agnes kill her?
I mean,
Did Agatha
Technically-
kill her?
Yeah.
That's a trick question.
Technically,
I don't know.
Are you asking on purpose or on accident? Because I mean,
There is a solid answer here.
okay.
you know
I
what?
think I know
No.
Akil, I feel like you have the answer.
I feel it too.
I have the
Alright.
answer.
You ready?
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
All righty. Lucio.
I said yes.
Okay. Ricky.
I'm torn on that.
Torn between the two.
Come back to me.
Look, Akil.
I
Akil.
said after further review, no, her mama did.
Cam. Cadence.
No. It was Billy all along.
Honestly, yeah. I'm going to go with no.
It was Billy all along. It's Billy's fault. He killed those people.
Mm.
Okay,
Because
so
Alice started protecting.
she still died.
She still died, but it wasn't necessarily Agatha's fault.
It was Billy's
Agatha
fault.
and Billy talked about this in the episode, and they shared responsibility for what happened to the people dying on the road? My answer would have been yes, only because we saw that she was able to cut off her power
Yeah.
with the teen, but she didn't do that with Alice, which means she deliberately continued to suck her dry.
Yeah.
And she killed her. Ready to
It was
know
Billy.
people
It
know.
was Billy. And even with that, we don't know if she was only able to do it at that point, or if she was able to do it, or she wasn't able to do it until she had to do it with Billy. We don't know.
It seems more like it was a choice.
We don't know. We don't know at what part she gained that control because she never exhibited that control before.
I don't think she ever had a desire to exhibit that control. I think that's the thing. She's just like
she didn't necessarily need to have a desire with Billy either.
Yeah.
Excuse
Yeah, but she likes it.
She sacrificed herself
Yeah.
because she was gonna let him die. And that's the only reason that she did not. What? That's the only reason she did not kill him. Because she had to deliver him to death.
We've been saying her name a whole lot. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh God.
Yeah.
For those of you that are watching and drinking with us, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to all of the wonderful things we are geeking out about. And here is the last question, which is worth 5 points.
Oh, okay.
What was Jennifer Kale being sued for?
Dang.
Uh-huh. That's it. You find this out in episode 2.
Oh.
I'll stand 10 toes down in this.
I feel like Ricky has the answer to this. And Ricky, how many points do you have currently?
5.
So if you win this, you will actually be the winner.
Sweet.
All
fraud?
Right. For fraud?
Yeah.
Okay. Akil?
I put botched ingredients.
Okay. Lucia.
Her products are not vegan.
I just summed it up to false advertisement, baby.
Fraud.
It didn't do what it was supposed to. People was having allergic reactions. It was a hot mess.
Fraud.
Looks like we all kind of circled around and got this.
I think you all got it right. Okay, cool. So everybody got 5 points.
I win.
You do. So that means everybody else take a sip. You were awesome.
I'll take a sip with y'all. Here you go.
Yeah, I will too.
Half my glass is already gone, so I think I'm okay.
Right, same.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, that was wonderful. Okay, that wasn't too hard, y'all.
Please.
Come on. I'm glad we didn't put any money on the table, but that was still.
Ooh.
I wouldn't have participated.
I don't gamble.
I don't gamble. Well, we do take quizzes. And so we also took a quiz to sort of understand what our contribution, what our power type, or what type of power we will be harnessing once we complete the Witch's Road. Yeah. And
just so y'all know, it's going to be a very short segment. So.
Oh God! Now we're all the same.
I'm just saying, some of us are survivors, and some of us are not. Okay,
of course.
Thanks. This tracks. You will. Dark magic. Dark magic is super powerful and can be used to overtake and overpower others to make you even more powerful. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you would wield potion magic. Potion magic provides you with the knowledge to make any potion you need.
Okay, so that's Cadence, Lucio, me.
Hey.
All right,
Oh,
Akil,
wow.
You ready? There you go.
Demons.
We have a pretty good coven, y'all. Think about our quizzes results. We have some nice abilities over this show. Some really cool things. You know, don't mess with us. Dark magic gets things done.
Mm-hmm.
We keep the lights on.
Okay, I have a question for you guys, and you don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What would you want at the end of the Witch's Road?
Oh God.
Because I don't even know how I'd be on it. To be honest with you.
Ooh.
So, given the choice of the road or the 7? What were the weird
Salem
witches?
7.
The Salem 7. You wouldn't go down the road and risk it because those.
I
Witches
mean, yeah, I would have gone down the road. I didn't know we were talking in the sense of being forced down the road.
Right.
No,
That's
we're
different.
talking about if you something that you would choose to go on the road for. Money.
Mhm.
I guess I'm my children for sure.
Oh,
That's the easy one.
That's the easiest one.
I mean, that's the obvious one too, because I do that too, 100%.
I ain't got no kids.
period. Witch's Road.
SDK.
I would like to be a tour guide. You know how, like, just going through the different stops. That's my job for eternity.
Bye.
To be the tour guide of the witches.
You're like what is the
Concierge.
Jungle Cruise captain of the Witches Road?
No, he's the ferryman to the underworld.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it is.
There you go.
Okay, so let's jump right into episode 8.
Yep.
Mhm.
The last time it's sort of a put all together for me too. Now that I think about it.
No, I told you.
Episode
Yeah.
8, episode 7 was the bar mitzvah. Yeah.
No.
No,
So
episode
6
No,
bar
bar
mitzvah, 7 Lilia.
yeah, Lilia.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we pick up in episode 8 with what happened to Lilia sacrificing herself for the remaining of the witches on their way on the road, and so we gather around the road and they start at where they began. Their shoes were still there. I thought that was cool that they sort of came full circle. That's scary that you didn't get your reward yet, but you're right back where you started. Well, how would you guys have felt getting back to the road and we're right back where we began?
I know
Okay,
you
well,
fucking lying.
Right. It's like from get back in a circle. He keep going over that same hump in the road.
I would have put them shoes on expeditiously.
Yeah, me too.
Because fuck this shit.
Walk back to eat.
I don't. It seemed like a better like this is kind of what I wanted. Like the road playing tricks on you instead of being like, hey, escape room, escape room, escape room. Like the road like actually messing with you because that seemed like an actual choice.
I agree. Hold on, I have to write this down so I don't forget it. Can't slide. Sorry, but I got a little touched when I saw all the other shoes there. For the people who didn't make it, like if I was one of them, like in that moment with them, I probably would have got a little touched, saying like, "Oh my God, look at Lucio's shoes."
It's gonna be me, you know it. I've died 7 times during this Halloween season.
Look at Lucio's shoes. And we didn't have a protection with Shaquille, so you automatically get that part because we took the quiz and Cam was Agatha. Take a sip, please. I
was Agatha.
I was damn. you so ratchet. You so fucking ratchet.
I was Jennifer Kale.
Why you gotta say
You were
Agatha?
not Ricky.
I was too.
Wow,
I
Lucia.
was Jennifer Kale, and you were Teen. Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
I'm gonna research it.
Yeah, pull up the receipt.
Insert the moment right now. So I wasn't Teen, and even though the evidence looked like that, probably what the results. I promise you, even though our backgrounds do make it seem like she was Jennifer and I was Teen, it's not true. I got Jennifer Kale. That's not the right one, and you know that. It's not that one. It's the one. Go to the different set. Keep going.
Oh,
And when I get the right one, you go take a sip because you just found it. Now you know where it is. Okay, but honestly, Akil, I was I was Jennifer Kale, and we didn't have an Alice, so obviously it was going to be you. Um, so yeah, you also didn't make it through through the Witch's Road. Um, okay, thank you. Receipt. Thank you. I'll keep going.
Ricky, you could have stopped.
No, keep going.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yes. So now we
You
have a
get quiet.
Oh no, Akil, you can pick Lilia or Alice Wu.
Well, she needs both of them dead, so
Lily had an awesome episode, though.
Right.
Lily had such a good episode.
I mean, Lilia may not be dead. Her life may have just started over. She's stuck in a loop.
Right.
She is the loop.
That's true.
I mean, what greater gift is it that you don't need a physical body, but your subconscious can live on forever?
That's true.
He's so OP for that. I forgot how we even got to that, but we started. Oh, this episode. Which did we? Yeah,
episode 8.
Episode 8, and we saw Death take
Alice
to the other side. So that was really cool to see the process. Too bad we didn't get to see that for you, Lucio, or whatever. But Akil, it was nice to see how the handoff process from
it was
this moment to
and we didn't see it for Lilia either, which makes me believe, adds to which furthers my point of she may not be dead.
I
because
agree.
why would you only show Alice at this point in the trial? She been there for 2 episodes, and you just now walking her down this path.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess because Ria wasn't with them when they made it out of that trial. She stayed behind. She was collecting her bodies. I wonder if we're just under the assumption that like she got Lilia as well as the 7 that were stuck in there with her.
She said she took the 7 with them.
Yeah, she took the 7.
So
who knows?
I just don't think Lilia down.
It's Marvel, so anything's possible.
No, I mean in the comics, her career is not that long, but she is immortal and extremely powerful. So she could technically still be alive. Who cares? Not who cares, but who knows?
You don't see her take Sharon because Sharon's actually Mephisto.
You know what? Let's hold on to that. I like that. I think that's a possibility for Sharon.
Clock it.
Clock that. Clock that. Yeah.
My stupid joke 6 years from now.
Right, because that's not how long it's gonna come out.
Exactly. I was Mephisto the whole time.
Oh my goodness.
Woo. Oh, okay, gosh, y'all throwing me off. Episode 8, Jesus, just all put together.
It's Monday, man.
Right.
Episode 8.
Any standout moments from episode 8? I'm trying to pull it up so I can get my shit together.
So
let me go back in my mind. Episode 8.
I did like the close where they changed the ending to show it was all just the stuff in Teen's room. Like that's the thing. I was like, oh yeah, you changed the end credits there. Like, why don't you change the end credits to the previous episode? Like, if you're gonna play with the form, play with the form.
Oh yeah.
The Jennifer doing the unbinding spell.
Oh, let's talk. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that moment? Because that's early on in the episode too, and I was sort of like pissed that they pushed out the episode so early. But I prefer that versus her being murdered or something. So,
right.
That was emotional to watch on a lot, and it was really nice moment for Jennifer to unbind herself. And just in Witch lore, I didn't even know you can do that. And so I didn't know you can unbind yourself.
Yes, that's the exact part. You have nothing.
You have
nothing. No power over me.
Hey, Jeremy Bearmy, how's it going?
And it took a minute for Agatha to really like she started realizing like oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
Because she was playing it. She was playing it like, girl, whatever. And then the more she looked at her and kept telling her, she was, oh, oh,
Okay,
oh.
so that's so interesting because I perceived it as though she was teaching, like she's always doing, teaching and pushing. Like when she was trying to give her that pep talk when for the potion challenge, I felt she was doing the same thing, like being aggressive towards her to push her to like really want to unbind herself.
Self-love training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling she was doing to her.
No, it came across as she did not expect this to be a thing, like this to be possible for her to
Mhm.
unbind herself. And she didn't think it was gonna work. That's how it felt to me. Like she did not believe that what she was doing was gonna be successful because she was very much like, oh girl, okay. All right, sure. Okay. Yeah, I have nothing. I have nothing. They're like, oh, bitch, hold on. I don't have nothing. But you knew the whole time. The whole time
Well,
you
I
found
think
me.
I think she knew. She was just like, oh, I didn't know you came through there. You went through there.
We talked about this in the beginning. So why you acting stupid?
I didn't know that's where you got bound. I just knew you got bound.
No man.
Sorry.
No man.
And
then
the
her
way
dick-
she just left, it was just, it was so graceful how she just exit stage left and stuff like that. I wanted to see her more. I thought she was going to confront her, but no, she was like, nah, let me get back on the bike and remember how these things work. And she took off, but I was proud of her.
Oh yeah, and I like how her power signature color, the pink. I like that for her. We have a fun little commercial break that we can pull up really quickly, and we'll be right back to talk about more about Agatha. Oh,
Agatha.
shit. we really deserve to see them
No,
do
wait
that.
up. What the heck was that crap?
It's our little dance play.
It's called ass shake. Called ass shaking.
See, this is the problem with AI. That right there.
That was not AI. That was really them dancing.
Sure it was.
Twerk team.
Twerk
the coven of twerk.
Get out.
This show has reached a lot of different people, and a lot of comic book and just television podcasters have been going crazy about this show. So we have a couple of clips of what a few of you guys have been talking about, and we're going to play that. So sit back and relax and sip with us as we play this.
We've got one last Jack Schaefer interview about Agatha all along. And she said pretty much everything I needed her to say. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the most important part of the interview for me. Jack Schaefer was asked, did you have more of Rio and Agatha's backstory relationship figured out? And I feel like this answer is everything that I personally needed. She says, we did. We talked a lot about their meet cute. We had these really pretty visuals of Agatha killing people and then seeing Rio across the bodies, like that line, they met over corpses. She says, I saw it in my mind. It was really beautiful and also quite funny. And then the room took it in a direction, and then they lived together in a cottage, and we talked at length about, to the point of, is Rio Nikki's father? We went down those paths and they were very gratifying to explore. I think there's more story there, but we were already biting off so much with the Nikki sequence that was vital to the story that it didn't feel like we could flash all the way back to Rio and Agatha before Nikki and then get into Nikki. It sort of threatened to tip the boat over, but I think all of those discussions informed what we do see of their relationship. Now this makes me...
You know that just made me mad, right?
I know. So a lot of mixed feelings for the finale, as leaving us with more questions than answers and more things to think about than we probably will ever get answers to. And that podcast said that, her response to those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about it?
I'm annoyed because no, you totally should have, and that's what you kind of set it up to do in the begin in the from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You made it seem like you were going to tell us exactly what their backstory was, like give us more context to what this rift is between them outside of, I guess, her just coming for her because it's her time for death or whatever. Like we don't have a solid answer to that. All we have is our own assumptions and speculations. I don't like that.
I think that's probably the most frustrating thing about that last episode was there was just so much that could have been sprinkled throughout the show, out the series, that they decided to kind of clump into one portion of one episode. Um, like some of that backstory, like they could have had if they given it long enough, like of a series, they could have explained something more of that. So that's frustrating.
Yeah, and one thing I picked up too in that episode, when we figured out that they really did have a historic and interesting past with each other. That's Death and Agatha I'm talking about. One thing that kind of came to mind is when she was going through. Oh yeah, my bad. Thumbs up.
Ooh.
I kind of wondered because at first I thought she was out here pulling the scams of the century.
Yes, she
Um,
was.
and taking these witches' souls and stuff like that. But then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, maybe she's doing this to appease death so that she wouldn't come for her or Nicholas Scratch or whatever. And what also came to mind was an interesting tie. They kind of reminded me of American Horror Story Coven when Marie was doing those deals to keep Papa Legba satisfied.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I wonder is that kind of the same process? She's doing that not out of greed, but to keep her and Nicholas alive and Death satisfied at the same time.
And you know what? This is where I really agree with what Cadence was saying is that that's one detail I think we don't need to assume or have to wonder about. That's something that should have definitely been explained because we don't know. Because I think it can be implied that she was getting those other souls so that she wouldn't come for Nick's. And that one time that she didn't do Nick didn't let her take souls, she took his. So you can put one and two together to assume that, but that still feels like something that they should have told us clearly.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't like what reason would she have to even spare Nicholas? Like you gonna hate me, girl? I don't care. Everybody hate me. I'm death. I'm the end. Who loves death? I don't care about you hate me, but now why does that matter? Why does that bear such a weight that she says, I can't not take him, but I can give you more time. I can give you this grace, this mercy. What makes her so special? What is y'all dynamic? What is y'all relationship? Why are you giving her this grace?
Oh, you mean that we just because we saw death in the distance, staring at her giving birth, that wasn't enough to know that they was in love for centuries or whatever?
I
Like,
wonder because there's no indication that Agatha wasn't still draining witches between the time that she drained her coven to the time she had Nick. I wonder if like there's like this this love grew from a partnership because of the fact that she was getting all these witches and taking their powers and essentially killing them in the process. So I wonder if like it stemmed from that.
I think so.
or even if you made it the whole point of her being power driven was to try and get strong enough to fight off death. Like even if you gave me that inkling, then I would have been more compelled to buy in. Like, oh wow, that's powerful. Like, so she was doing this out of kind of like a selfish act and selfless act, and not so much a selfish one. you're already trying to make Agatha this gray character, so then go for it. Either she's gonna be gray or she's not. Make a choice
and I can
make it plain.
I can see how Death is attracted to Agatha being the one to suck all those witches, constantly providing souls. So, you're right. So I can see why Death is attracted to her. Just like, in the comics, Death and Thanos have a relationship, and Thanos would do anything for Death. And so, but he also snapped the whole world. So of course she's turned on by that. So I get how that could be what brought them together. But again, that's just speculation, and I'm all for keeping things open for the audience, but that feels like something that should have been given to us since the very first episode. You've been hinting at this thing they had for years. That's all.
Yeah, a little bit of meat would have been nice, because without it's one of those things is it's good to leave it in the viewer or the reader's imagination, but they do have to have a track to follow. They have to have some type of breadcrumbs to follow to get to some shared vision or imagination, because otherwise we're just okay, so they know each other, they apparently had a relationship. That's basically all we have is these two vague pieces of information, and nothing else to go off of until the last episode, and even then it's not entirely spelled out.
And I feel like even if they didn't want to do as much as she detailed, you could have even started the episode off with how they met and then jumped to the birth of Nicholas. You didn't have to do a long drawn out thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seconds.
If you have writers writing the way they need to write, you could have given us this 5 minutes of how they met and just fell in love. A quick montage moment, even.
I would have just picked up right after she destroyed her coven that we saw in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up right. That's when they met. Right after that. Cool.
Yep.
Established timeline. Thank you.
Now
that was
one thing,
amount of death and power that she took out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also something else to kind of keep in mind as Marvel as a whole, fans were very critical of how they do their origin stories. So they feel like they're too slow, they don't take off. Hence, they got criticized for the Eternals due to that big origin story. Captain Marvel, the first one, and it's one, the first Captain America. So I wonder, are they now purposely doing this so they don't get that same criticism? Or is it the fact that they wanted to leave up to the imagination for interpretation, I guess you could say?
That's a good question. And I never thought of that, but that is true. But those 3 movies you listed for me are weaker movies. So maybe it is a learning opportunity. I get it, leaving things open for interpretation. And maybe this is not that big of a deal in the larger Marvel of things to even put all this resource and thought into. However, I think just even 1 minute could have changed this.
Oh yeah.
And they had the time because it wasn't even 48 minutes, so they had the room.
Yeah, what's a minute? $3 million? That's nothing.
And not even that. And then you also think about it. If you would have set that up, then it would have set a precedent of how death gets attracted to massive killings or consistent killings.
Yeah.
They beat these people who are doing these mass murders, so that way you wouldn't even know that you were already done with Thanos. That would have been, now we see why she loves Thanos and Thanos loves her. And then somebody else that Death.
Deadpool.
Somebody else that has a relationship.
It is Deadpool.
Yes, Deadpool. And then even then, there's ways that this could have set up so much further down the line with just a quick little 5-minute meet cute.
And honestly, I know that we all love Aubrey Plaza, but I'm trying to just think about what breakout moments that Rio gave us in this series that was just oh my God, that was a great performance from that actress and that character just gave some really cool.
I mean, I feel like for the most part, like she's kind of playing Aubrey. She's
Yeah.
kind of playing herself.
It was the scene where she's on the broom and she's cackling like a witch. Like that was funny.
Yeah, that
and
was
then
funny.
The thing is, so they did that. I don't know if it was a makeup or effect where she looks at everyone and you can see her as death. I was like, that's just the Aubrey Plaza face where she's dead staring people. I was like, that's the same look. She has a skull there.
Yeah. But okay, so I'm glad it wasn't just me. Like I like Aubrey Plaza too.
Well, yeah.
And we just, oh my God. But what is she?
And with the way that it was made out to be, it's gonna, like, it was literally said it's gonna be a big gay explosion by the end of this. Where was it?
Yeah,
I mean,
you didn't go to his bedroom.
No.
You didn't see the big gay explosion in Billy's bedroom.
That was nothing but. I didn't think that was gay. I just thought that was pop culture references all around.
And trans flags and queer flags.
Yeah, sure, but it's not gonna be gay.
Yeah,
pop culture.
Yeah.
Yep. Buffy, also a gay icon. So
along the lines with the not having the relationship not having any weight because of that final conflict with Billy and Death and Agatha. Like I was like, okay, like someone's gonna die here probably, and I don't particularly care. Death's probably not gonna die because that doesn't seem like a thing that can happen. It's like okay, like it just that conflict is like, all right, cool. It's like witchy stuff, I guess.
Okay. Let me ask you this: was it just me? Like you brought up a good point. Did that finale feel weighted for anybody? Because I didn't feel invested enough to like it was nice to watch and enjoy, but it didn't feel like I was invested like I was when Wanda and Agnes was fighting.
No, it was simply just a moment where Agatha made a very different choice from her normal. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. And then she dies for it.
It's growth, and it wasn't like she's to me, I was like, okay, they make this joke about Teen being Agatha's familiar, and now Teen has Agatha as
his familiar, yeah.
Ghost familiar, the worst Jiminy Cricket ever. It's like that's the only it's like a funny goof, but it's not like there's nothing interesting about it. There's nothing
there wasn't as much at stake as there was in WandaVision. With WandaVision, you have kind of a bunch of different things coming at her at all different sides. You have like the people of Westview who she's completely like had under this whole track of stuff, and then everyone on the outside of the bubble of the anomaly.
Was that Sword or Shield? Was that
Sword? It was Sword.
It was Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, what's her name? Scarlet Witch's like overwhelming grief for her, like the loss of her husband.
There's like there's way more, and then like she's bonded with these children that she's made out of magic, and it's like there's too many things going on for like there's too much at stake for Wanda in her series than there was for Agatha. Agatha, it was just like you're kind of finding out that it was all kind of like a scam.
Pick those cups up because she said it twice.
Okay, fine. Yes, so it was a whole scam for the most part.
Yeah.
And what's at stake is not really for Agnes; it's for Billy.
But who do y'all think started? Because one thing too, after it ended, I kind of reflected. We saw what actually happened to Nicholas, but it also made me think back to the conversation Teen had with Jennifer when she said, "Did you know she gave her child to Mephisto?" So it's like, was that just a room in the streets that probably Agatha started to build street or witch cred, I guess you can call it? Or is it still more to that? Because that's something, Mephisto's name was dropped once and people have been waiting on it. So I wonder how much weight did that actually hold, because we saw what happened.
No, baby.
People are thinking different.
Can we have the spoilers?
Spoilers,
Ricky.
Well, he should know better. He knows better. He
yeah.
This is one of our former co-hosts. He should know better by now.
You know what's going on,
right?
Jermaine, no!
Right, Jermaine. He should know better.
Yes.
The spoilers, yes, the spoilers.
So, in WandaVision, there was when she transformed, there was like this awakening in her, this awakening in the show, and it was the grandeur of her reveal of her new costume and her awakening, becoming the Scarlet Witch was really nice. Did we feel like he got that same moment in this show? Because for me, when he floated in, it didn't do it for me. I
It
felt
was
like
a
I could
struggle
almost see
float.
the strings on his behind him.
It was a struggle float. It was a struggle float for sure. It looked like he was trying to balance, and he looked so uncomfortable floating in. No shade. He was very wobbly to me.
Would you have liked it more if he actually leaned into it? He was like, oh.
Yeah, own
That,
it.
that
Like,
would make sense.
own it.
Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he would have been like, okay, sure, because we get that because you literally just powered up. Doesn't mean your knowledge powered up with you. You know,
I do like this hood and cape combo. This is really slick.
I do too.
Didn't he technically do that, like with the bridges, not the bridges, the brooms, like a couple episodes ago, where he's like struggling and
Yeah, that was his first time riding on the
I'm
broom.
flying.
Of course,
Yeah.
he would struggle. Like practical knowledge, of course he has that, but application, of course, he doesn't have it.
Right.
Wanda was flying way before WandaVision.
Yeah, it was some. I mean, it was some cool things that you don't actually see or acknowledge until you actually like look at those little tidbits that they drop about, the costumes and behind the scenes. How his cape is on the interior of it. It's in the style of Vision's cape, and then on his actual blue part of his outfit has like some of the ruins that was used in WandaVision. So I'm like, oh, that's cute, mother father moment, married into his uniform. But it didn't come across on screen, so I'm just like, well, okay.
Yeah.
But it's cute to know after the fact, like, oh, that's very cute.
Okay.
Homage.
I'm so glad I'm not alone because I was just like, okay, we get a little boy float in and try to help Auntie Agnes take a sip.
And I don't like the crown with the rest of the outfit, honestly. Oh wow, that's so crazy.
You don't like the blue crown?
Not with the outfit, not with the whole outfit. It I don't know, it looks weird.
And I want his blue power circles to be a little bigger. And is that a ripped jean?
Yeah, I kind of like that though because he's got ripped jeans as part of it. Well, ripped as like that seems like a thing that he would wear. I was like, okay, that fits his style. That seems okay. I was like, that's a choice, but I didn't mind. Like the rest, like this weird bodysuit thing, the cape, the hood thing's cool, and the jeans is like that. Just seems like him.
Yeah. So
Wanda, no, that's a unitard.
So Wanda could fly, but she never could consciously drawn runes or cast spells before. Billy knew a couple of spells, but have never flown before. Yeah, there's parallels all through this episode of the last episode of Wanda, especially when she was exiting Westview. Same way with him, putting on the hood, walking past, the slow motion. I thought the people of Westview was about to kick his ass or something. I don't know what was going on with him.
Yeah, basically.
All of the
but I mean,
ruined by fighting at night.
It's true.
But I mean, it honestly, I think the fight would have been weird in the daytime. No shade. I think it would have been even weirder. Considering, like,
I mean, they could have gone with dramatic lighting like they did in WandaVision, where it's like, oh, it's all this weird reddish and purplish stuff.
But it was daylight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
this was more appropriate for night based off the fact all we've known for a majority of this series was night. The Witch's Road was dark.
Witch's Road dusk thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And not even that, like, who was he gonna fight? He wasn't gonna fight Death. He wasn't ready for that.
No,
I mean, he thought he was.
Oh, but Death showed him.
And I may have missed this, but was this just one long ass night?
That's a great question.
Oh, that's a great question.
because he dreamed he created the hex of court. Sorry, spoiler. In which he created the witch's road, and I was trying to recall if his parent, when he came back, his parents said, "You've been gone for X amount of hours. Where we've been worried and stuff like that." So I wonder
Oh
was this
yeah,
just one long
24
night?
hours.
yeah.
Yes.
Then you just answered your own question.
Oh wow.
Because I forgot his parents did say that they were worried sick about him.
Okay, I love that. I love that because that you can easily. It wasn't for days he was gone, and trying to over-explain that to parents because the police will be involved. But hours, okay, sure.
Right.
Can we just say that this should have been called gaslighting all along because Billy is a big gaslighter.
Ain't that like a dude? Golly.
Okay, and can we now when you watch the show over, which I can't wait to do again, and when the road opened up and Agnes' face was like, "Oh, the fuck." Now we understand why Agatha was looking like, this road it shouldn't be open because it ain't real. This road.
Yeah. He said, "What is it
Right.
saying? Dirt? This dirt's real?"
Because that was one of the
Dirt is
biggest,
real?
one of the big theories for this entire series is like we were thinking like, oh yeah, Agatha didn't actually do the road at all. Like, why is she so surprised by these things happening? Well, because
the road don't exist.
The road doesn't exist.
Exactly.
But then she had been dropping clues like from the get go.
No, she said it from the beginning.
It's not real.
She said-
I told you.
She
It's not
said,
real.
"Kid." She said, "Kid, the road's not real."
It's not real.
Yeah, so
Exactly
I
what
mean,
she said.
But because
that's
she's so
interesting that she
snarky
tells
about
him
it, because she's so snarky and sarcastic, you never know if she's being truthful or not.
Yeah, that's interesting though. That almost from the beginning, she's honest with the teen about a lot of stuff. Honestly,
But that's good writing.
Yeah.
Suspense. You put it all in the beginning.
yeah.
The background wobbled because it was a painted background. That's why Rio cut her way out.
Oh yeah, that is how she left.
Oh, and Rio knew it wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a cool parallel I like too before this show, and I'm going to call it season 1, which was WandaVision. Wanda made this whole town believe these different sitcom eras. They were these different characters, and her son literally did the exact same thing, but in a different way. How cool. And then he really technically didn't give anybody anything. He just made a way for them to realize it themselves, just like the Wizard of Oz, which is a gaslighting story in itself.
Jeez. So, there's a question I've seen going around: is the Witch's Road real?
No,
but
we already know that.
But did the teen make it real?
I think so.
Yes, he did.
No, I think he means can others now access it?
Oh no.
Is there like a residual Witch's Road?
I mean,
that's super dope.
For Jennifer Kale, it was real. She it did everything it needed to for her.
It did what it needed to do because she was put in the room with who took her power to begin with. Everybody who ended up linked up for a purpose. Like everybody's story was resolved in some way.
But that also makes me
Alice. Oh, go ahead.
That also makes me think that even if it wasn't Agatha who bound her, he would have had the power to get her unbound too.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been able to fulfill her want.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I feel like because Billy was able to basically get Agatha out of Wanda's spell, and that's just him just barely realizing who he was in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, but we did see we saw that. We saw him do it.
Mm.
Well, Agnes said that was just loosening the lid off the jar. he didn't do all that much.
A lot of it is really like,
but he did.
He did.
The thing with like when we get Billy's perspective, a lot of it is like perspective and interpretation of what's going on. So like what was really like the real interpretation of what was happening, because Billy is making all this stuff happen on his end.
But he made it all happen because of the information that he knew subconsciously about everybody. He brought the company together. It was him. from all the research that he like, even when you go to the bar mitzvah episode, he's run into these people in certain ways, and he already knew Jennifer Kale, who Jennifer Kale was, because she was this big thing and to do. He met Alice because he had the whole crash or whatever. Like this was all, it all had to do with him. It was Billy all along.
It was Billy all along.
It was.
And so
Gaslighting.
it's interesting.
Um,
And all the and everything that and all the things that were kind of on the road were in his bedroom. So he created all of this from just that information subconsciously.
Okay, I have So in a lot of sitcoms, they have this thing called Return to Zero, where we don't know when people are going to watch this thing. So as long as it starts and ends, like whatever can happen in the middle, the start and the end, the characters have to be basically the same characters. In WandaVision, you have kind of a skewed version of that because she does make the whole town do all these sitcom stuff, but at the end it's all undone. And then it's a little skewed because like they all piss at her and don't trust witches and a bunch of stuff. But for Billy, a lot of stuff is actually like he does a similar thing, but it actually does affect all these people. Like every single one of these people is changed in some fashion.
He's able to allow these people to resolve their shit through the Rich's Road. That's what he was able to do. He was able to allow people to conquer their own internal struggles and demons. And that's how everybody fulfilled their purpose.
Which is beautiful because if Alice would have survived, that was just like. And
same goes for Lilia.
Yeah, Death told Alice, "You're a protection witch. You die protecting."
Yeah, you served your purpose. Rude.
Let's hit it.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
No, but
I wish she had so much more time. Oh man.
Yeah.
I just knew she was going to get put back in her body.
Okay, Sharon got to go to a nice party and hang out with some friends.
She got to go to a really nice house and
drink wine. Agatha.
Have friends. Yeah, she lived a good little short life.
She did
in the Witch's Road.
I hate it for Sharon because of she lost her husband shortly after the stuff with Wanda, and she just basically just trying to like live normal for the most part. She's trying to live that suburban life, that suburban soft life as much as she could.
Yeah, she seemed like she was coping, almost like some of the gardening stuff was like overcompensating.
Yeah, I mean, it was a distraction. It was just a part of her everyday life to just kind of give her a purpose to carry on.
Suburban soft life.
Akil, were you shocked at the teen's identity?
No, I'm just being completely honest. There were a lot of subliminals too, and I went back and saw some after on YouTube of how how they dressed him up to look like him, even the color scheme and stuff like that. I didn't think he was Nicholas Scratch at all, for the simple fact that he just was doing. I guess what really gave it away for me is when he took her out of that spell that Wanda had cast. And it was a pleasant surprise that it was finally, confirmed that yes, you are teen or Wiccan or whatever you want to call. But I wasn't surprised, but I like the way it led up to it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was surprised. Honestly, I think we were all just sort of not pretending to be surprised, but just going along with what the story wanted to reveal to us. But we already knew what was happening.
Yeah, thanks, Funko.
Yeah. Oh, and then the Funko spoiler did tell us.
It would have been much more interesting if it was any of the other ideas, honestly. I mean, yeah, having Wiccan was cool, having Billy was cool, but it would have been a much more interesting story if it was Nicholas or Mephisto or just somebody else, anybody else.
Now, were y'all expecting to see Mephisto or a Wanda cameo? Because I was honest.
I was
I really
expecting to. I was expecting to get some sort of bigger, bigger Easter egg of Mephisto than just mentioning his name. I was expecting to get something more than just his name, just a conversation about him.
I wasn't expecting anything Wanda related, other than like I appreciated the initial mention of her in the beginning of the series, with the victim that's like laying face down, in the woods while Agatha is under the little spell. Like I can appreciate that. I wasn't quite sure like what to expect if they were going to go any further with the Mephisto route. I think it was just more like a taste and like here, damn, take it, and then we can move on to something else. We can keep going with what we actually had planned.
That's interesting.
So in episode 1, when that body was toe tagged, I talked to Tamara about this because I still think it's a rather interesting moment. When she's looking at that toe tag and she sees Wanda's name and her death date of like October something, but then she sees her name appear right above it on like a August something date. I don't know. That just seemed odd to me. It was an interesting little moment. I don't know.
Honestly, it should have that.
I would love to know exactly what date it was in the show.
Yeah.
When she died.
That would have been
And
some
if it
good
was that
foreshadowing
date,
if they put like the date of like it actually aired.
I would,
Yeah,
and I want
that's what I was wondering.
I want to know. I want to figure it out, and probably gonna look it up because I just thought that was like a very interesting moment that jumped out to me when I skimmed through that first episode again when we were having a debate about something.
Wanda Maximoff, October 13th. Agatha Harkness, January 21st.
January. But it appeared above hers.
Yep.
So I'm like, what does that mean?
It's February 4th, February 16th, August 28th, June 2nd, December 28th, January 21st, October 13th.
Yeah, I think there's something there, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something.
I think a couple of those are dates of some of the writers, or like Stan Lee's birth date or something like that. I think a couple of those are
that could be, but those two dates in particular are my point of reference because I want to know what this is about. Are they saying like she got out of the spell and died before Wanda did? Like, did Wanda die in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness on October 13th?
What was that January date again?
January 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a thing that I did, I don't know how I feel about this. Okay. So the end of the episode, the last episode, where the Teen and
we haven't talked about the last episode yet.
Are we? Oh, it's popped in my
We
head,
have, but we haven't.
Yeah. So where Teen and Wanda are like, okay, let's go get Billy, or they were saying, when they like that to me felt like the low-fat milk version of I Am Iron Man, or like the Captain America, like any of the okay, we're building the team. Like we can see, okay, they're building whatever the next set of heroes is gonna be. But it was very like I was like, but I don't care about this guy.
I think like that was something I was experiencing too with this show. Like I really wanted to like care, but I ended up not actually caring about this. And I'm happy that he's going to be Wiccan, but okay.
What's that? Whatever that means.
Yeah, I like Agatha's going to be his white lighter.
It's going to be his dib. It's going to be his dib boy detective.
Yeah, that's cool. In the comics, she does that for Scarlet Witch. She's gonna do it for her son. Great. Okay. Then we have some other podcasters and they have some cool thoughts about this season as well. So we have another video.
The way that I was personally victimized by the Agatha All Along finale, because why were they allowed to do this to us? Why? And let's just get it out of the way. Okay, spoilers. Obviously spoilers. You shouldn't be watching this if you don't want to know spoilers for the show, okay? Get out of here. Anyways, I was not ready for that level of pain. Okay, I had obviously speculated earlier that like Rio was definitely death, and like that was the cause of the hurt in their relationship, was that when she had to take Nicholas away from Agatha. But that flashback episode was so beautiful and sad, and I mean, like, this series has really come together for me because I do feel like the more outlandish elements of the series work so well in retrospect, finding out that this was all a construct. This was all Billy's construct, just like his mama. Like, I think that was such a clever way to ground it in reality while being able to incorporate some of those more outlandish elements of the plot. I do think it was a little bit silly when they did the reveal and he looked around his room, because it was like, okay, like, these aren't like super niche things. Like, you have a Ouija board. I was like, okay, okay. But like, still, no, I would say, you know, we could argue that it's camp, okay? But still, I really, really liked it. But the thing is, that fucking episode that took us back was really devastating. It was really devastating to watch. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a mom, but I was literally just not handling it well. I was just like, my baby, like, no. And I mean, like, learning that she was killing witches in order to stave off Rio from taking Nicholas from her. And the day that he ended up being taken was the day that he didn't let her kill any witches. Like, that's so fucking devastating. And it explains her character so well. Like, this is a great example of a female character that is, like, not good. She is evil. She was unapologetically killing other women. But, like, you still root for her. Like, she can be a bad guy and still be lovable. And I love characters like that. I love characters that there is no real excuse for what they're doing. What they're doing is wrong. Wanda is the same way. Like, people wanted to say that Wanda didn't make sense because Wanda was a good person. But it's like, Wanda cared about her family more than anything else. And her motivations make a lot of sense. Honestly, I feel like this series, like, reinforces my belief that Wanda's character arc was always done well. It was a little bit rushed, maybe, but I really do think that by the end of WandaVision, it's clear that she's going to do anything she can to get her kids back. And I mean, I think this was awesome. I think that the relationship between Rio and Agatha was great. I think that all of the witches had wonderful little moments, and I've really come around. I think that Billy is a great character. I am excited to see where it goes. I appreciate the Ghost Agatha edition. I think that that's like a fun callback to the comics that also keeps this like kind of spooky element in the MCU. I don't know. I feel like this was really fun. I'm really happy.
I think she came on out. Was she on Geeking Out?
No, you're thinking of Kelly. This is Steve. She's big on, of course, she's big on TikTok. She does a lot of like movie reviews in general.
Yeah.
And of course, she's done a lot talking about Marvel and stuff like that. But because she's been not, I guess you could say she's been skeptical about this particular series. But I think it's kind of turned around for her.
Basically, she just said that Agatha ain't nothing but Wanda.
So I think for me,
they fight for the same thing. They were fighting for the same thing.
Yeah, I think that Agatha is she's not a good person, but she's the best mom she could be. And I think that her son softened her edges enough that, like, not that, like, I don't know if I saw it as like, oh, she's basically staving off death by feeding it to save her boy.
Yeah.
You eventually get to the point where if her son is with her long enough, she softens enough that eventually she makes that choice too.
It was the fact. It was just the fact that Agatha finally had someone to love who loved her in return.
Mm-hmm.
Since her mother tried to kill her, her cousin hated her. Like,
they had a reason.
They had a reason, but they didn't, because if they wouldn't have tried to kill her, they wouldn't have died.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you mad at her because she's been absorbing other people's powers when they attack her. That's not her fault. That's not her problem, and that's not your problem to be worried about.
She's an instigator.
Don't attack her, and you won't have a problem.
Hey, we've seen Old Yeller. You got to take care of your own problems, man.
No, Agatha would lure these women to do this song and then try to read them because it wouldn't work, and then they get mad And so she's just a cautionary tale to like mind your manners, mind your business, stay calm and collect, and don't let someone take you off your square. And when she does, it's over for you.
But that was after Nikki died, because she didn't really have a song at that time. Nikki was making the song up, and she was making it up with him.
She was doing group numbers with these covens before he died.
I didn't see that. You saw that?
Yeah.
Where you saw that?
Yeah, where she was using her son to hustle, like, oh, we're gonna go steal the bell.
Yeah, using her son to hustle, and she was making up the ballad of the richest road with Nikki. Windy, windy road. And then they started developing those lyrics. And then once the legend of the witch's road started to build, she saw the value in it, and that was made it easier for her to collect these motherfucking powers and kill these motherfucking people.
She is a big shyster. Like that's the biggest thing that I got.
Scammer, Joanne the scammer.
Oh yeah, she like because in the moment where she should be grieving most, like an opportunity comes to her, she's like, "Oh yeah, man, let me show you. I'll trade you these 2 nickels for a dime." Like that's what she's offering them. It's like, what the heck, man? She should be sad for a minute, and she's like, "Nope, we got to keep the hustle going."
I wonder if that.
I got to get back to work.
I wonder how much of that is like PTSD. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, she was like, "Shit, fuck it. I might as well keep it going. Let's take all the power I want then. Like, I have nothing to love, and I have nothing that loves me. So, death took my child."
Hope that Billy activated something that's called the Witch's Road, and now people can really access it to gain what they want. And I hope he's really the wizard.
It does exist in the Marvel universe, doesn't it? I believe that it's actually
it is a thing in the Marvel universe.
It might not exist in the MCU.
Yeah. No, there's a multiverse. You can always get there somewhere.
Get it right.
Yeah, that's true.
It might not exist in the MCU.
But this song and this mythology is so heavy that you could think it's probably a part of like other cultures and not just in fiction. Like you would think that this is the Witch's Road is really something that you can travel, but it's not. Well, yeah,
unless he wants you to.
Unless he wants you to. What are y'all final? Oh wait, oh no, we have some other tweets and things where people have been watching and been saying about Agatha. Agatha trying to work out why the door appeared in the basement, knowing full well she was running a big scam.
Yeah, she was very confused. That's why she was so damn confused. Like, what the fuck is this?
Agnes is
But hold on. But wait. None of the witches had their power, so what was she expecting to happen when she was provoking them? It didn't make sense.
Exact thought came to my mind after my rewatch.
It made no sense.
Like, what was her
you got a bunch of witches that didn't have their power, and you were trying to provoke them for what, though?
Just a little bit, probably a little bit of just, but like Jennifer didn't have.
What were you gonna get?
Okay, so at best she would have got some from Lilia.
Right.
How was she gonna get something from Lilia?
Someone was gonna blast her. Someone was about to
blast her. Yeah.
Because we've seen this, maybe not necessarily in like the MCU, but actually even with Wanda, like if you provoke someone enough, they get angry enough. Something. We even see him with Billy, like he got agitated enough to where he starts to show some powers. Because prior to his
powers was already shown. We just got the physical manifestation of his abilities. Sure.
I think Alice and Lilia would have had something to attack with. Yeah.
I think those are the only two that we know that could have done, because Lilia was still practicing, maybe not full force, but like she was still practicing in some way.
Yeah.
But she was still getting her visions or premonitions.
But I think that blast is like part of like, you know how telekinesis is part of all witches, like in other franchises. Mm-hmm. I think the power, that blasting that they do, that's the same thing as that.
I think she was hoping that if she got them pissed off enough, something would have flickered for them, and then she could just take whatever little she could get to move on.
She's like, "Blast me, you bitches!"
And we're like, "We can't do much, but still."
Okay, I just need a little bit. All right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm actually so excited that they didn't explain everything and still left a bunch of stuff open. That says to me that there's way more stories with Agatha, Billy, Rio, Jen to come.
I'm
Hashtag
not
Agatha
interested.
all along.
Very interested.
Is that what it
I like
says?
it, Cap. Ah,
I'm not
Yeah.
interested.
Sure.
I'm moderately interested. I'm mildly interested.
Yeah.
Just keep putting them out around Halloween. Then that's good.
Sure.
I'm not interested in Rio. If she,
I don't care now. I don't care. You didn't do it when you had the chance. I don't care.
I don't mind seeing Jen again. And we know
Yeah,
that
that's
happened.
fine.
Right. All right. And this is, yeah.
Jen said, I won't let you two die, but the second she learned who bound her and made this face, I knew it was a wrap. Didn't look over that shoulder once. This is nature's balance from Monica saying they'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
I mean, Jennifer's always been very quick to be like, you know what? Oh, this points to
I'm out.
Agatha. Bye. Deuces. She's been
She
like
was the
that from the
first to
get
get in
go.
that oven and leave. Yep, she was ready to go.
Did she pull a strand of Agatha's hair?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it was more than a strand.
It was more than a strand. She got
Yeah.
a nice
Yeah.
little clip in.
Yes, she did.
But in Agatha's trial, like she was very quick to be like, no, it means not to trust her.
We're over her. Bye.
Right. So,
But okay, yeah, well, she snatched a bundle out, wrapped her arms up, and started going in on Agatha.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She said, "I'm gonna break this."
If you or someone you love have been victimized by a member of the Maximoff family,
Wow.
you might be entitled to compensation. Need them to meet up. Hashtag Agatha.
Like asbestos. Good grief.
Yeah. That's true. They did survive, though. Look at them. Survive
Right.
us.
Right.
He said Agatha all along, so y'all might want to just go ahead and pick it up.
Yikes.
My
I'm
cup's
gonna
empty.
Look, for this drinking game, I'm going to hydrate.
Refill? Can I get a refill?
She was so pretty when she flew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm like
Great.
Billy.
I was just fucking thinking it. His ass wobbling in like his first time on concert tour. So you walked over. Oh God, Billy. Next slide.
This might be the last one. Yep.
Tried to talk about black women for 2 seconds without rerouting focus to a white man challenge. Jennifer Kelk will return and may potentially help introduce her cousin Johnny Blaze in the MCU.
To be fair, Johnny's not white.
Right.
That was the answer there, right?
Yeah.
We don't know who's
To be
casted
fair,
yet, but he's probably going to be black and Latina.
he would have to be Latinx.
Yeah, so there's that. And I was doing some research on Jennifer Kale. Her family is from a long line of people who are agents of Mephisto.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny that she was the one to bring up about.
So that could be how she knew. How she was.
That's
familiar.
exactly how she knew. That's exactly how she knew.
That picture
But we
right there.
But we
so
also
good.
don't know if. We also don't know what who the Ghost Rider is or what the situation is at this point in time in the MCU, which is kind of unfortunate.
We're on our way there. And they compared her to being the something of the MCU. Her being the because Phil Coulson of the supernatural side of the MCU, like one of the Shield guys.
Mm-hmm.
The Sam Jackson of the
Sam Jackson.
supernatural.
The Nick Fury.
I didn't know what he was about to say, but yes. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But yes, she is the Nick Fury of the supernatural side of whatever. What are our final thoughts about this season, standalone, and how it fits into the big picture?
I appreciate the emotions that you get, particularly from episode 8, when Jennifer is like doing the unbinding spell. Like, I appreciate the emotions. I appreciate kind of the switcheroo, and overall, it was a fun show to watch. Overall, I can say that, and it was a nice thing to last us through literally the entire month of October, like the end of September and all of October. So I enjoyed it for what it was.
Mm-hmm. Akil, what about you?
One crazy thing about this is how fun and exciting to see to evolve into pop culture. You got people putting it in their acts. You got people referencing it in shows um, and bands playing it. So that tells you how big this thing going and how well received it was. I definitely am glad they did keep Miss Harkness. I'm gonna let y'all be okay.
No.
Miss
Thank
Harkness around and develop her story. Um, because it was a good fun ride. I think the casting was spot on for everybody. There's no one I would say, oh, if someone played this part, they could have did it better. So it was a fun ride. I enjoyed it. I give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Cadence? What did you think about this season overall?
Overall, the season was not as strong as I thought it was gonna be or wanted it to be. Um, I feel like we didn't really get a lot of information here, to be quite honest with you, besides Billy being realized and him having the ability to also bring Tommy to life, um, which yeah, I guess at some point we'll get to the new or Young Avengers, whatever we're gonna call New Avengers, Young Avengers. Um, so it was cool for what it was. There were some really great moments that I did enjoy with the series, and then there were a whole lot that I was not too fond of, and that could have been a lot stronger. And I think it had to do a lot with them switching out writers and directors so much for each episode. Um, yeah, so overall, I would give it probably a 7.
Okay. Lucio.
I remember I really liked episode 7, the
Which is why I
Lily's
gave it a
episode,
7.
spectacular episode. The last 2 episodes I mostly liked, and then the first episode I think I just was excited for it. But then when it comes to the other 5 episodes, I'm like, eh. Uh, so I mean, I'll the thing it does most is that it's like it introduces magic into the MCU, which is clearly the path that they're taking with this. But it does just ask a lot of questions, and not really satisfying ones for that matter. Not even like, oh, we need satisfying answers. No, they're not satisfying questions to start with. So I don't know, like a 6 out of 10. But episode 7 was so good. Episode 7 was amazing.
So great.
Yeah. It's funny to me that the standouts were Lilia and Jennifer Kale, and they're not even the main characters of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoken about Lilia's performance throughout this entire season, and episode 7,
Mm-hmm.
her episode was by far the strongest episode of this entire show, and it's specifically because of her ability to anchor an episode and really this entire season.
They built her, like they planted seeds for her episode 7 throughout the entire thing, which is they didn't do that for anyone else.
No, it really showed great writing, and the showrunner was really shown off in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, episodes 3 through 5 for me fell flat. I really enjoyed Billy's episode 6, the bar mitzvah and all of that stuff. So from 6 to the end of the show, I was good. But the first, no. It was a snooze fest. And I also thought that the tone for this show was wrong, and they finally got it right in the last 3 episodes. It felt like what I expected what this show to be. And Cam, you said it best. What I thought I was going to get from this show, I didn't get it. What I thought they was going to give to us, it didn't do. But with Ironheart and the Young Avengers coming up, it's just another backdoor pilot to the Young Avengers at the end of the day.
I'm so scared for Ironheart.
It's probably not going to.
I'm so scared, and it's gonna piss me off.
Positive vibes only, y'all. Positive vibes only.
I mean,
we've tried that for about 2 years now.
I mean, positive vibe for Blade.
Yeah, Blade. That's never happening at this point. Postponed indefinitely.
Can someone tell me who was the last challenge for? Was that Agatha's challenge or Billy's?
I think it was Agatha.
I guess it was everybody's. Honestly, I mean,
I think it's Agatha. She genuinely has to let go of everyone at that point.
She became more motherly and coaching and stuff like that. So I think that's what her having to give up her selfishness to help others and things bigger than herself. So I think it was hers.
Yeah.
So, like, or did not just like loop back around, because they definitely loop back around to the start of the road, and the first trial was actually Jennifer's trial.
Mm-hmm.
So this was Jennifer's trial again.
I went with all of them because they all.
Yeah,
that's why I went with all of them, because each of them got what they needed from that trial.
Yeah.
So it was just the final trial for all of them.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of those rewards, we spoke about Jennifer's unbinding, but we didn't really talk about what was happening with Billy and searching for Tommy. I think that was masterfully done, actually, for teaching someone who's new to magic to be able to complete that task. We watch enough magic shows. We are aware you just can't snap and be able to do that on the, So I thought that was really cool that he was able to attain that.
He became Cerebro for humans.
He was definitely Cerebro, looking for his brother,
looking for a suitable death to replace.
So the question is, am I killing this boy for my brother, or is that's a suitable? Is that a real question?
I don't think so, because either way he's gonna do it. Like, let's be fucking for real.
You gonna stop? Are you gonna stop?
He's not gonna change. He's not gonna change what he's doing.
That line, I don't remember if that line was there or if it was elsewhere, but when Agatha says, "No, sometimes boys die," that was
right after that. Mm-hmm.
So good.
It was so good. Yeah. That was one of her best line deliveries.
Yeah, it was her best line in the entire thing. That 100%.
Mm-hmm. And if she gets nominated for anything, it's based off that alone.
That one line.
That one line. No shade. So yeah. Last challenge. Last thing. If Wanda was season 1 of whatever we're going to call this show, if Wanda was season 1, Agatha was season 2. Last sips, oh good.
What?
I'm out.
Wow.
I got water now.
What do we think season 3 is going to be about? Because basically this is a magic anthology.
Finding Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Not Finding Tommy. Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Finding Tommy.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a reality show named the same thing to cast him.
Come on, please. Treatment.
Old school 2000s. That's how you used to do stuff back in the day. Smash, Glee. All of it.
Oh, I miss Smash.
Oh, something's happening.
Yes, musical.
But yes, I think so too. I think it's going to be finding Tommy. And Agatha's going to be training Billy to make him a badass sorcerer. Yeah.
Until Doctor Strange
will be
gets
following
involved.
them.
Until Doctor Strange gets involved.
Oh yeah. and death, because now they're literally back at square one.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because she said either you or the boy, and so she sacrificed herself. So that means she's supposed to leave him alone now.
But he just took another body.
Oh,
yeah.
For little Tommy. So
but maybe this time he's gonna do it differently. she's gonna teach him how to do it so that he don't
she
run
need
into
that body.
the same error. And that's when we're gonna see Agatha in her old woman form. He's gonna put her in her old woman, and then boom, see, bye. Now we're gonna see the right age Agatha. See,
played by the same person.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she does voice acting, so I can see it happening.
Exactly. Thank you so much, everybody who's in the comments, for coming and hang out with us. Make sure that you guys are liking, sharing, and subscribing. Akil, thank you so much for coming and hang out with your Geekin' Out fam. It was great to see you.
Of course. Yes, I'll be back periodically, peeping my head in, seeing what y'all talking about, and joining the conversation. So,
all right, let's see if you catch on to this. All right, I'm Taman.
I'm Ricky Z.
I'm AK the Great One.
I'm Kaden.
And I'm at Lucia, man.
And we are
Geeking Out. Come on, we are Geeking Out. Come on, timing.
Lucio's done this on purpose. See y'all later.
A little